Hello everybody, this is a video of my arcade game that I actually built. This is all built out of home equipment. The only thing that's even arcade hardware is the board itself. This is a control. This is basically the controls that I bought. I bought this from Amazon. It feels like the real arcade stuff. This is also for PS3, Xbox, PC. This arcade game is basically a small PC. This is a CRT monitor. This monitor was up here when I had my ITG machine. These speakers right here I bought those from Amazon too. I wanted something that resembled the American cabinets. If you've gone to Family Fun Arcade, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. In here, this is the arcade game board. This uses a USB port, so I could hook this up. This is a USB power strip, so I can run different controllers. If I decide to run dual setup, I can. This is a PC power supply. This is a power strip. This board is a JAMMA board, and I had the JAMMA stuff set up, but the problem is the JAMMA harness died, and it was going to cost me about $100 to replace it, and me being a little bit of a cheap butt, I took a PC power supply from a PC, the board that died. I modified it, and what I did is I took the motherboard connection, cut all the wires out except for green and black, soldered those together, put it on so that way as soon as it receives power it'll turn on. ATX power supplies need load, so you modify it to get it load, and it goes into here, and this board acts as a peripheral device. I made this one. I have an exhaust fan there, and this board does act a little funny the way I have it set up because it's designed to run with arcade equipment, and this is not arcade equipment. So what happens is it does act funny. Now I have this thing up here. This right here is my volume control. The board does have volume control, but the problem is the OEM's resistance from the speakers is too much and you can't control it. So I had to get this. You know, $10, Amazon. So basically this is all made out of home equipment. The cabinet that it's in was when I had my ITG machine. That's why this hole's right here. I know it's a little dusty. I dusted it and vacuumed and it got dust all over stuff again. The monitor here, that's something a friend gave me, and that's a real, to get off topic, that is a real DDR Thermix header. A friend gave this to me. The machine got updated to DDR Extreme. As you can see, that's silver. If you look at it, it's that, and it has its own serial number. And what they did for Plus, which, if you're around in 2000 to 2001, they made Plus. Well, now, like DDR Supernova, instead of DDR Supernova Plus, it's DDR Supernova 2. They stopped using Plus because they figured out you can make it a second version, but this was the cheapest way out. But anyway, getting back to this. This is a connection that I made that someone actually gave me. This is the PS2. This isn't the. I think I only paid maybe $90 for this, but it does its purpose. This is VGA from the computer. So now when I power it on, and there's lights. So now we'll watch it boot. It does take a little bit for it to come up. And if I... And there's a button on the board to go into the options. It's only one button. It's not. So now This is in home mode. So if I try to move, not going to happen. So I turn home mode off, and that's what that light means. It's over to turbo, which I don't get, but so we'll go to Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Yes, I'm a Michael Jackson fan. So you push start, and it loads the game. It's turned down kind of low right now. Oh no, it's not. And this is what Sega was in the hardware too. So Sega now is a software company. So now you push select, I believe. And as you can see, it puts credits on there. So if this was a real arcade game, from what I believe this is this is a real arcade game, but if I had arcade hardware, the coin map is mapped out as select. So what I'll do is I'll put this camera on the stand and I'll show you how this works. So now I'm going to push start. So I'm in an arcade, I put my 2 credits in. It's not as good quality as the arcade. This is kind of a cheap board. Got the combo. And if I want to exit, I push these 2 buttons. Push start to continue, I push these 2 buttons. And it goes to do this mode. So I'll scroll down to exit, push start, you go back into the menu. Now, with me, that Michael Jackson Moonwalker game, I've been wanting to play the arcade version for years. And I was at Redondo Beach, and the guy has one. I figured that out at the Fun Factory out there. As far as I know, he still has it. I walked past it, didn't even realize it. And the problem is now, like, there's no arcade near my house. There was a bowling alley really good that shut down due to codes and plumbing and electrical issues. If I want to go play something good, it's going to take me 20 minutes on a freeway somewhere. Well, when I was back in my heyday with the arcade games, I would have done it no problem if I had a car. The problem is now is, busy trying to get a job and stuff, so this is perfect for me. So anyway, and yes, I'm still big into going to arcades, if you're wondering. So I have Viewpoint on here, and this is for all you Street Fighter guys. Alpha 2, so they have the test versions. Be a Street Fighter 2, which my dad bought for the Sega Genesis. And if this was timed, I'd be out of time already, so I don't have it timed. And there's this game called Viewpoint. Okay. This was released on the Neo Geo, which these were really expensive stuff at the time and still is, because there was a Neo Geo system and I knew people that had it and it was so expensive that it had arcade quality and it was still has better graphics than some of the systems today. This is the real deal. So I'm going to push start. And these are the games I like to play. You know, you may like to play something different. So. And the way this shows up, it shows up as if I just powered the machine on in a real arcade setting. And this is a tracked mode. So basically, you'll see stuff. Well, it's like, well, why is it doing that? The board's on. Well, the software is emulating. They got it to where it selects to emulate as if you just powered on a machine. So now I'm going to put my credit in. If you have the Sega version, well, this is different. This is the arcade version. So I'm going to put the camera down again and play a little bit. And sorry for the glare that happens to be right beside a window here. And see, and now you're getting the instructions. So I'm going to put my credit in. And now I'm going to push start. It's different for all the games here. And this particular soundtrack is based off a band in the 70s. And it's actually harder than the home versions because you explode and it goes boom. And then the track restarts. And then you have to continue music, so this game's actually kind of hard. I'm going to do it one more time. Hit the wrong button. So now I push start button. Anyway. So now, there's games basically on here that I've never seen. But then again, when I was in my arcade heyday, I was 14 years old, so I got to do a lot of stuff that not everybody did. And if you're wondering, there's no Dance Machine software on here at all. There's 500 games on here. This is the original board. I thought I had to buy another board, so this works. There's Super Puzzle Fighter and so this is really good if you own an arcade or have a shop. You just want one game. It's really good. Some of these games, Family Fun had. When the owner shut that down, he sold a lot of the games, but and also there's a Japanese version of the game, of a certain game on here too, which is really cool. Anyway, this is how that works. And you're wondering, well, how do you turn it off? You just cut power. It's just like the real games. So, hope you enjoyed this.